This thing on election fraud is got to the point where nothing makes sense in such a way that I feel crazy.
Yes.
Not that I haven't felt crazy every day,
yes.
But what I don't quite get is like, and I talked about it in Armageddon Update. Let's talk about this. Okay, so when he beat Hillary Clinton, that election was straight up. That election was fair and free, and it was done by the Obama administration.
Yes.
So Obama was in charge of that election, right?
Handled it well.
So it was free. It was free. It was even Trump was like, "Boy, good job, Obama."
Yes.
Although he may have said that later. So then you got the election in 2020, which was run by who? Trump and his people, Chris Krebs, right?
Fake.
And Chris Krebs, we have video of Chris Krebs saying it was the most secure election in American history.
Yes.
His own guy, the guy he appointed.
He's now going after him, by the way.
He's going after Krebs now.
And has been for some time.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. The guy he hired.
I do believe that there's a video somewhere of him not knowing that he appointed Krebs. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think we put it in the Armageddon Update.
Appointed this guy Biden or whatever, and people around him were like,
we'll get to it, but he did this on the correspondence dinner too. He did it about the writers of the jokes.
So he first appointed Krebs to DHS in 2017 as an infrastructure protection advisor, then later as secretary for the National Protection and Programs Directorate, the NPPD. When Congress officially created CISA under DHS in 2018, Trump appointed Krebs as its director.
Hold on. Wait, I didn't know this. Wait, the Election Security Administration was created by Trump?
Well, CISA,
and they just fired CISA.
Infrastructure.
But that's part of CISA. He fired
Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency.
So he fired everybody from CISA. Right?
He just did do that.
Gave a lot of people, first it was, I was looking at the Brennan Center thing. First it was early retirement, but they get all their benefits for the rest of the year. So they have to go. So, okay, so let's go to the third election. So the second election, 2020, run by the Trump administration, he lost. And that's the one he says is the one that was run by his guys.
Horribly.
Okay.
Yes.
Then he wins 2024, and that election was run by who?
Biden.
Biden's administration. So Biden administration did a perfect, healthy
that
election.
election was good. Yes.
So I want to be clear. Does this make sense to you that the election that was run by the guy who's claiming election fraud is the election that we have trouble with?
Correct.
That's insane.
And run by all of his appointees. Yes. That would be the one that was really shit on toast.
Really troublesome. The one that we did, really horrible.
So, but be clear about that. He appointed Krebs to 3 different federal jobs. Wow. So Congress created CISA in 2018 as a part of DHS. Trump then took him from NPPD and put him over CISA as its director, where he was to oversee government efforts to secure critical infrastructure and the 2018 and 2020 elections.
So, all right.
He then fired him via Twitter, in case you were wondering, in 2020.
And he also got rid of trans-military over Twitter.
That's true.
What is fucking going on? All right. So here's, and by the way, you just reminded me of something by doing this. We forget, people, on the fucking daily how many crazy things this guy does per day.
Yes.
I'm not talking one a week. I'm talking per day. This is the same guy who stared into an eclipse. This is the same guy who, when he was handing out candy at that White House on Halloween, just dropped it on the head of a guy dressed as a minion, of a kid dressed as a minion. Just I don't know. I don't live in the real world. I don't know how to put candy.
I am sad.
Candy in the bag.
That video where he's so out of touch that he just puts the candy bar on top of the child's head. I like to watch all of his falling asleep videos during press conferences. Those are a high point when I'm feeling low. And
he is a TikTok like best of clip thing.
I like groceries. I like that speech.
What with this word groceries? Like, where did this come from? It's an old-fashioned word. Nobody knows
no,
the
it's
word
not.
Grocery.
Equalize. I just came up with that word.
Equalized. He said equalized.
Again, Denzel would like a word.
Also, what was the other one where the new one? Affordability. Oh. They keep throwing in this word, this made-up word. Affordability. Now, it was one of our spelling words when I was in school.
Yes.
Affordability.
It actually means something.
Yeah, it means that things aren't affordable.
That is exactly correct. So that's why I've told you guys before, it drives me crazy that he says it's a hoax, because it actually, by nature, cannot be a hoax. English major here. I just have to say it again. It literally means people are saying they can't afford things.
What is this little dot at the end of a sentence?
Okay.
This little dot, that's supposed to stop all the words. Well, how come there's more words after the little dot? If the little dot was supposed to be the end of a sentence, why is there more words after the dot? Like, he's a genius. I love the guy. So
I do want, so you're right. Chris Krebs publicly came out, CISA did, and called 2020 presidential election the most secure in American history.
the one he says is not good.
Correct. The one that he ran. And after that, I told you, he's gone after Chris Krebs. He revoked his global entry.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
So the guy he appointed came out and told the truth, and he revoked his global entry?
Hey, all of it. It's like John Brennan, how he took his security clearance.
Yes. Oh, God.
The guy that ran the CIA now has no security clearance. So he fired him on Twitter in 2020, right after the election. He targeted him during this term with an executive order. He literally wrote an executive order stripping his security clearance as well, and his global entry, and directed a federal investigation into him.
What a fragile, dickless pussy this guy is.
Yeah. And all the guy did was say, I did my job very well. My team and I, we did our job that you hired us to do very well.
Well, we put it in the thing, the guy that just recently, they said, is there an election fraud? No, we can't see any election fraud. The guy recently who ran away and he did the skitter. He actually skittered. He skittered backwards away from the reporter that was going after him.
Yes.
We have no evidence of any voter fraud. No votes are missing. Nothing.
Stripped him of his security clearance,
Jesus.
Labeled him a bad faith actor in his executive order. He started a DOJ and law enforcement investigation. The executive order actually directed the DOJ to start that investigation. Wow. Corporate pressure. The order also targeted Krebs' private sector employer, the company he went to after he lost his job. It's a cybersecurity firm called Sentinel One. He threatened in an executive order to suspend the security clearances of any companies associated with them.
So let's go over like the step-by-step on the 20.
That made Krebs have to resign from that job.
Jesus Christ. This is, I hope to God, because that is all illegal in 1,000 different ways.
And now he has travel restrictions because of the DOJ investigation.
So let's go over the steps of 2020. Now, if you guys remember 2020, we were discussing it today. We had COVID. COVID popped up. So what happened was in 2020, at the peak of COVID, it was really right before the peak. It was getting hot. It was getting hot. We had to have an election. That was November of 2020, right? Mm-hmm. So we have an election, and we can't go anywhere. So everybody fills out mail-in ballots. Now, if you remember correctly, he kept complaining about mail-in ballots. He kept going, you can't use mail-in ballots. They're easily. I'm going to be very clear. Here's why he hates mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots have to be counted twice. Look this up. Make sure I'm not making this up. So they have to be counted when they come in by hand, and then they're fed through a machine. So they're counted twice, which means that it's definite. You have to match the signatures, and that's how that comes in. So they're really the most secure way. Now, we know from our friends over at Election Truth Alliance that the machines themselves have modems in it, and they're coded. So if you put in the wrong line of code, it could literally change an algorithm where for every 40 votes, it would give 45 you get an extra 5 to whatever person you said. We know that that's possible because they have modems, and they do basically send their messages over Wi-Fi and over a modem. Updates and stuff, right? And here's the thing. You guys don't know this. We've said it before, but if you don't know this, they did a de minimis update. A de minimis update is labeled as such, so they don't have to report exactly what the update was. It's a mild, minor update. So, and you do remember Doge had how many hackers working for him? Basically, Doge had all these hackers working for him, and Musk called the election 4 hours before it started.
So hand counting paper ballots is usually conducted in smaller jurisdictions.
Right.
By people that are required to be hired early and trained.